Was it?
So he
What's going on, man? What is going on, guys? I need your help. I need some help in deciding which one I want to do. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Garrett, the electrician. And as you know, or may not know, I'm building a condominium in Ecuador for a vacation home. And I wanted to put in some smart home technology. Now, the first thing I was looking for was something that was maybe, proprietary or at least available in Ecuador. Lutron is not readily available in scale in Ecuador. Certainly, any type of main lighting controls like Crestron, even the Lutron Homeworks, the Caseta, it's just not as viable of an option there. And the electricians wire things differently, and I was at first disappointed, and I'm hoping after this little video or live, maybe you guys could help me. If any of these solutions work, that would help me and actually save me an awful lot of money, because I was disappointed on how they wired my condo. And of course, it's brand new, so it's wide open. So now's the time for me to do what I need to do, whether change that wiring, which would be expensive or, costly, or if I can find a solution that works with how they wired it in Ecuador. That's what I wanted to look for. So instead of me an American I want it to be done the American way, the National Electrical Code way. It doesn't work that way. So it's time for me to adapt to Ecuador. And that's what I need help with, you guys. So if any of you have any experience with these, I've got 3 different manufacturers. I actually bought these. I'm in Miami now, I'm back. But when I go back next month, I want to make a decision on which brand to use. And it's an expense, right? Because, these are smart switches. So these will be able to say, hey, Alexa, turn my lights on or off, or from my phone. And they do also come with these nice keypads, look like iPhones, keypads that you can control everything. You can control water valves in case you're away, because if we're not there all the time and I want to shut the water off, there's actually a way you can turn a water valve off. You can open and close curtains. I don't think these work with an astronomical time clock, but they may with your phone. But let's take a look at them. So here we have a Dexel. I'm going to start off with the Dexel because this is the first product that I've seen. And you're not going to believe the cost of these. And I'll tell you how much these are in a minute. But you won't believe how much these cost. And they're more affordable than you think. Now, I went into this company called Marriott, which is a lighting company. It's not the hotel. Marriott is a name of a company that has the distributor of Ecuadorian lighting, LEDs, outside lights, and lighting controls. And their product is the Dexel. So they actually had this out on their little desk, and they had a couple technicians looking at it, and I looked at it, and of course I'm the American. I'm like, oh, let me jump in and wire it. Well, I followed the instructions, I wired it, we turned it on, and it blew up. So I felt obligated to buy it. Maybe they were going to insist that I buy it, but I bought it, and this was about $50 for this piece here. Now what this is works as a smart switch, so you can hide this somewhere. You could put this up in the ceiling and connect multiple lighting circuits from this, and you can control this with your phone. You can control it remotely with a keypad, but that's basically what this is a smart switch remote. Now you would want to put this in a box, but it does come with a back cover. You can see how it's wired, but it is line voltage, so it's not low voltage, it is line voltage. But I blew that up. So that's a -4. Now it didn't come with this stuff. This is the wiring that they gave me for me to play with it, but they just left it there. It just, obviously it's just this little puck in this device. Now, here's the switch.
Diga, 305. No conozco el dueño, pero el 305 es un piso
A
bajo.
couple things I like about this switch. I really like the way this is built. I really like the way the cover has a nice plexiglass. I bet you this illuminates nice. Look, we've got our neutral and our line, and here's our three switches out, L1, L2, L3, and they do make a 4-gang. So they do make this with 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I understand why electricians run so many switches to one single switch box. And they have what they call an interruptor, which is a switch, and they're usually stacked like this. And you would just go one, turn them on and off. And they're very inexpensive. They're literally $1 to $2 for those switches. I don't want that. I wanted something nicer with a sleeker look. Now this device here is under $30. Under 30 bucks for this. This was about $50, and I blew it up. Wiring it, I don't know if it just shorted somewhere from the strands. I don't know. I want to see how and why I blew that up in front of about 15 people watching the Americano here. But I like just like the weight of it, and this is a smart switch. Apparently this has its own app that you can control. It works with Alexa, and that's this switch, and it's by Dexel. Interruptor inteligente. Now at least this has Spanish instructions. I like that. Now the other one, like this one, is all in English, the instructions. Which was weird because you figure in Ecuador, but this is all in Spanish, which is, I mean, I prefer it in English, but at least I know that this is designed for the Ecuadorian market. And you can see the different configurations it comes. It comes with 1 or 2, 4. This is a front runner for me. This is a front runner for me. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to put the box. I'm not going to mix them up, because if I mix them up, then I'm in trouble. Right? I like that one. Okay. Now, this brand is called Steren. Steren, I don't know how they say it. Now, what's unique about this brand is, if you go to like the Mall del Sol, you go to like their main malls in Guayaquil or whatever, you'll actually see a store, a standalone store branded Steren. And they have everything from small solar panels to connectors. I mean, the Radio Shack, if you guys could ever remember, they have all those kind of little parts. So that was impressive to me. And also Sukasa, which is the department store, upscale department store for Ecuador, they sell it also. So that means they back it. I like that they would. So that's the plus of this Steren. Now again, it feels pretty well built. You can see it's a different configuration than the Dexel. Yeah, no, this one seems really more superior to that. But we can see the small terminal blocks here. Line and neutral in L1, L2, L3, and then the provision for the fourth, just like this one. But again, these are both smart switches, and they're both under $30. I like this, the way it looks better, and I like that better. I'm thinking if they put this into a single gang box, right? I would want them to put a little tape around here, but then how are they going to fold all those wires into that box? Wow. They run the 1.5-inch handy boxes too. So you can see this would fit, because obviously this is the cover plate, this is the mounting holes. But I'm leaning more towards this Dexel. And this is okay. Of course, there's a strip over top of it too. So I don't know if there's a glare. It does have the name brand on it. That means they must be proud of it if the name brand is on the face. This one doesn't have a name brand, but this one looks like it has a light here. And this kind of looks hokey to me. I don't really like the, I guess people would hit, okay, this is a light, touch it for the light. Maybe that, is that a light here too? Maybe there's a light here. Yeah, there is. Okay. Maybe there's just a tiny little dot there. That might look good. And guys, if you're just watching me here, if you have any opinions on this, please let me know. If you have any experience, say yes, it worked good, no, it worked bad, it worked for a year and stopped working. I'm be curious. So like I said, I spent a whole day trying to find a solution for automation, small smart home stuff for Ecuador, and these were the only ones that I had found. And in fact, I spoke to electricians there, the electrician who's actually doing the wiring for the building, and he had kind of no clue. He was like, he did know about Caseta. Okay, now this is another brand called Eurolight. Eurolight. See something a little fishy here. I mean, so this one is rated for 700 watts, 10 amp max. This one's rated for 600 watts. Model S121. But, little coincidental, huh? You know, I like the little Wi-Fi logo though. I see here's the, these are on off, which is kind of cool because that means turn on or off. You could maybe use this for a blind or something else, not just a light. I like that little Wi-Fi. And I bet you it's in the same position as that. Yep. So there's certainly an LED. I think based on, and again, these are all around the same price. These are all around under $30 for these smart switches. I think what it comes down to is the app. We need to download the apps. I can see here, smart switch, user manual, right there, Google Home. I bet you it's in here too. Right, did they come with a... Okay, a little bit different. Need those, lose those screws. Okay, so this is called a triple apagador touch Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi smart switch. Control con nuestra app de por comandos de voz. Okay. The free app Smart Life is compatible with mobile devices that support, okay, Smart Life. You know, this may have a more intuitive app. And you can see this is where we're going to download it. Okay. All right. Got work to do here. Any other, yeah, let me take might as well. Okay, so Eurolight, Starin, and Dexel. Teclado Toque. Multi-control association doesn't require a neutral wire. No requiere cable neutro. Okay, so this doesn't require a neutral wire. That means there has to be some sort of a leakage capacitor in here. There is. Okay, maybe I can teach you something right now, because I haven't taught you anything today. So, when there's a smart device that requires power, they're not passive, and you don't have a neutral in the box because the code didn't require a neutral years ago, you would need to install this device across the line. So basically across the neutral and the hot, you would put this device in, and this would allow a little leakage current to power up this device. So this is a capacitor. So as the cycle goes, this will add a little bit of power to power the device. You only use this if you have no neutral. Now, watch them be wrong. Because I wired this wrong, watch I be wrong. But certainly this goes across the neutral and the load of the switch. Doesn't say, but is there any other instructions? No, but I'm sure it'll say it in the instructions. In fact, if you have LEDs that blink a lot, you ever have a driver you put in and it like blinks, drives you crazy? You get one of these devices and connect it, and that'll solve that. That'll take that little blink away. Little capacitor. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch me open these up and see what it's going to be. So it's going to be the Dexel, the Starin, or the Eurolight systems for my automation in Ecuador. I look forward to any comment or opinion that you have, and thank you so much, guys, for taking the time. It's Garrett, electrician family. See you. I don't know where I'll be. Maybe in New Jersey. Yeah, maybe next time. No, you'll see me here again in Miami, but New Jersey and then Ecuador.
I just run and